Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Sword of the Stars 2. Let's get going here. Trade stimulus needs to be checked, we're all set. At the end of last episode, I said I would look into the different government types in terms of whether or not I thought it was worth dipping down into liberationism here. Because of the reduced production costs for cruisers. But actually I kind of feel like we take a pretty big economic hit. The mercantilism really has a pretty strong bonus to making money. So I'm not in a rush to produce the ships. I mean, that's not true. I want to produce them as fast as possible, but I guess I still think that we are spending money on many things that are not just the ships. So the benefit of the ship cost reduction is diminished because I still want to spend a lot of money on research and other things. Okay, we've got ghosts. We'll just, we don't really need to, I still have this fleet position there. I was going to kind of dance around with them, but oh well. So I'm just going to fast forward this. They're basically going to attack the planet, I think. And these stations, but it won't make a difference because the stations will come back next turn, and they're just going to basically damage the population for a while. Nothing much we can do about it. And time's up. Like I said, Soulforce does have a technology that they can unlock which completely eliminates these space ghost balls from attacking them, which is unique to Soulforce, but I don't think it's a priority. They don't do much damage. Okay, so here I put both of these support fleets together.
Mission
and I'm gonna literally combine them, and then this command ship I think we can just get rid of because it's a slow command ship and we don't need the slow command ships anymore. So yeah, so we're just gonna scrap this guy. So now we have like one backup support fleet, which is of the slow type, but it might come in handy. This is going to be our main support fleet because it's got the new engine. So that's the one that's going to be accompanying our fleet as we go on the offensive. We're still building stuff here. Let's repair whatever was broken. What have we been building? We've got our next... the Enterprise is our point defense, right? Did I put a point defense in this fleet yet? Yeah. Okay, so I think we're actually building the Hornets now. Construction-wise, level 2 science, sure. Sure, let's upgrade our science station. Level 2 science only costs about 600,000 credits, which is, or whatever, space dollars. Let's put you on. Actually, let's dissolve this fleet. We don't need to pay the extra maintenance. Yeah, the extra maintenance fee. So yeah, 600,000 I find is pretty reasonable for level 3 science. Once you get to level 4 and level 5, it starts getting really expensive. A level 5 science station is like 5 million space bucks to upgrade into. So that's pretty expensive. But even in the early game, it's reasonable to get up to level 2 or level 3. If you can afford the level 5, though, that's great because then you get that permanent... I think it's a 5% boost to science. I forget now. It's been a while. We'll be able to double check in the tech tree screen once we actually build one, and then I'll be able to confirm. Okay, so here we were fixing up our naval station that got beat up. So let's make sure we are continuing to do that. I am going to bring it back, even though I don't have any retrofits to do immediately. I am still going to slowly work on bringing it back up to level 3. And I guess he had a science station, so I guess we can upgrade that. Do we have any civilian stations that need upgrading? Yeah, we sure do. But it's at Cetus. And we don't really need this to be a huge station because like the population isn't that big, so it doesn't really benefit as much from a huge station. So then let's just upgrade the science station at Cuthbert. Okay, trade stimulus, where in Ultara. Good. Even here we have a tiny civilian station and already it's kind of full. Of course, if you upgrade it more, you don't have to do docks. I mean, you obviously you're going to build some docks, but you could, theoretically say you're upgrading it just for the percentage increase in the value of the trade routes, but there are only like 4 trade routes there, so you have to realize you're also paying higher maintenance upkeep on the bigger station. So it's usually, I don't think it's worth it to upgrade necessarily the civilian stations all to level 5 if they're serving such a small system. The budget seems to be balancing itself out quite nicely. We're producing heavily out of 2 systems and building stations, but we're managing to stay out of the red, so that's good. And our maintenance is still pretty low, which is nice. But once we build all these cruisers, we're going to have a period with a lot of pretty high maintenance. What was this science station researching? Energy technology for some reason. I thought that was a good idea. Okay, construction here. What can we upgrade? This we need to tell what to do. Get those modules going. Yeah, I think we'll hold off on that civilian station. This civilian station needs to be upgraded soon. Let's see, that's a level 3. This is a level 2 science. Let's upgrade this guy. Alright, so we're coming up on our command and control upgrade here, which is going to increase our fleet size from 9 cruisers to 11 cruisers. The next step up after that is usually to get dreadnoughts and then use a dreadnought command ship, which I'm trying to remember, I think brings up our total command points to, I want to say 96, something like that. I can't exactly remember. I think roughly 96, with that order of magnitude. And then there are more techs that you can unlock that will increase that number, but typically the next stepping stone would be putting in a dreadnought in there. Oh, so now we actually have some other races are fighting. And that fight is over. Sometimes you might have several fights in one system, and you might have several fights in one system. But sometimes you might have more than 2 parties to a fight in the same system, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But in this case, they were in different systems. Oh no, we went into debt. There must have been a surprise finish to one of these stations. One of these stations must have, these science stations must have just kind of popped up. That's probably what happened. Construction fleet is done. So that's unfortunate. Let's fix that. make sure we get out of debt as soon as possible. Our morale and economy are at 100, which is fantastic. Yeah, so what are we gonna build here? I don't think we build anything right now. We're gonna upgrade this, but there is a fleet here, right? No. Where is that fleet? All right, I guess we'll use this fleet then. Let's upgrade. We definitely want to upgrade this civilian station. For now. Okay, how are we doing here? Hornets are being built. Let's put them in this fleet. Again, I don't technically need to have this fleet active. It's just wasting a bit of money, but just so that I could more clearly see how we're doing in terms of our deployment. So this fleet currently, with our level of technology, is full. And it would only have 2 endurance, even though 2 of its 9 cruisers are just supply ships. So that gives you an idea of how tricky the logistics are at this stage if you're only using missile, point defense, and ballistic weapons and all that. Now, fortunately, 2 turns is enough because we're so fast as Soul Force that it only takes us 1 turn to travel somewhere. And so we're basically going to be doing very quick. We're not going to have to stick around for long mission deployment times. We can always kind of come back to Cuthbert if we need to.
System update.
So this fleet is almost ready to, as soon as we get this technology, we'll be ready, and as soon as obviously we finish building the battle riders, we'll be ready to deploy this fleet. So let's make sure that the support fleet is ready to go as well. The support fleet, which will accompany it, currently, well, let's set it up with a, sure, with a slippery admiral. So we'll call this support. Now let's make sure it used the correct command chip. So it used the old civilian command, which should be using civilian command Mark II. I don't think I need this old civilian command. I guess it was there for the old New Jersey ships. That's why. So right now this is our support, and we've got a small colonization fleet going here. So let's what are we still building in this system? Oh yeah, we are building 2 more. So that'll bring us to up to 8. That's okay. Good. So that'll be ready. And then let's be sure. So these civilian, do we need these designs anymore? This Greyhound, I don't think we actually have any. The original New Jersey, we still have some, but I'm never going to upgrade. I'm never going to retrofit this design, so we can get rid of it. The civilian colonizer, can get rid of this. And same thing with the civilian command. I still have one. I still have a couple, but we're never going to retrofit these designs to anything else, so we don't need to keep this design around. So yeah, let's get a few more of these colonizers built.
Shipyards gearing up.
Okay, this construction fleet is waiting for something to do. I can't really afford this level 3 science station, so we're just going to have you guys chill for a bit. We're going to relocate this support fleet to Cuthbert. Actually, let's wait till next turn. Where was the trade stimulus, by the way? In Archon, good. Because we've got a couple more cruisers coming out soon, so let's wait. Yeah, I know. Let's get that command technology this turn, please.
System update.
Still not. Alright, well, they are coming to attack us again. This is a full combat fleet with something called a retribution, whatever that is. So this will be interesting. Okay, first of all, let's deal with these civilian stations. I don't need to... This is a level 3. We're just going to... hang on. Yeah, the population's never going to be that high. So let's... how are we going to... What are we going to do with this station? Let's just... We're never going to need... I don't want to upgrade this, so we're just going to get these Habs going. And I guess Murgi and Lear. Sure. We don't need any more docks. We're never going to have the population here to support the extra trading capacity. Okay, they're going to be here in 1 turn. We've got a support fleet. So what can we bring here? I think we just bring the crappy old ships here, basically. Because the Hornets, we don't have battle riders yet. So the battle rider menu here. Oh, we have 2 battle riders. Okay, well, that's not enough. So we'll deal with this screen later once we build more battle riders. But that's okay. I'm going to take this old fleet here and I'm going to add a point defense ship to them. To fleet number 2. And then we're going to just relocate
new orders.
fleet number 2 to the Barrett system.
Point.
And it's going to take a huge beating, I'm sure, but it should be... I mean, basically what I want to do is just take out their command ship. And if I can do that, then I don't mind losing all those old cruisers, because in a matter of just a few turns, my battle rider fleets are going to be ready. So this is kind of good timing, I guess. I guess we'll patrol with these guys.
Plotting an intercept course, Commander.
We should have... Okay, 1, and we'll have another one next turn. And hopefully we get our technology next turn. That's starting to get a bit annoying. Okay, so we should have a combat. I'm curious to see what... I don't recognize that ship name that they sent, so it's probably some new design, so I don't know if it's going to be battle riders or if they have another plan. I'm curious to see what they're going to throw at us this time. Alright, so it's going to be Fleet 2. Let's get in position. They're coming in from here. So our plan is to intercept their command ship, basically. And, I mean, hopefully, you know, make sure they don't get to our planet, but... okay, they started on the side. That's a bit awkward. I didn't think they would start there. Let's see, what do we have? This is an awkward position to be in, because I thought they would start... I like misplaced my ships, right? I should have been in front of them, because they move so fast. So this looks like these are their... Yeah, there's their command ship over here. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, take our command ship and just get it out of here. Then I'm going to take a few guys here, afterburners, get there. The other ones I'm not putting on afterburners because I need somebody to keep firing point defense missiles. So these guys are just going to point defense to try to provide cover for these guys as they run forward. Now let's take a look at their ships. What have they actually got? What are these? Drones. Yeah, those look like drones. Now why haven't they deployed them is an excellent question. Are those drones, or they could be like assault shuttles? but they look like drones. Okay, so let's get these back into normal speed and focusing on these guys. You can be upside down. Now my original ships, we're still gonna move in this direction. Let's have a couple more of these. Again, I don't care really about these cruisers. I just want to get the command ship. So we're gonna afterburner these guys to join the fight over there. This guy, he must be being knocked around by ballistic missiles. That's probably why he's having such a rough day. Yeah, that's what's happening. Just make sure these trajectories make sense. Like, why is he all the way back there? I don't know. Okay, even though we had an awkward sort of start to this fight, I think it's probably gonna go well still. This guy was on afterburners. He's gotten in front, so that's good. Like, why is this guy not moving? I guess I didn't tell him to move. That's an obvious mistake on my part.
You hurt the man. Get the ship moving.
So we're still trying to get the kill on the engine section. Let's get these guys rolled upside down so that we actually have our main gun shooting at them. Yeah, they're really getting knocked around by these, so I guess that's one of the nice things about... By the way, what ship is this here? Oh, that's that. Gotcha. And these two crews are following them, just in case we had killed the command ship. Oh, finally we got their engine section. Just in case we killed these three ships really quickly, I wouldn't want then the combat to go into accelerated time, and maybe I wouldn't be able to catch them, and they would make it to my planet. So that's why I'm having these guys just tag along here. But we've accomplished our goal, which was to get that command ship. So now, after this 5 minutes is done, they have to retreat because they no longer have a command ship. So we never even had to fight their main cruiser force. Now, let's take a look at these again. I'm not like 100% sure, but I think these are assault shuttles. I think this is supposed to be like a kind of propeller, like helicopter atmosphere, you know, propeller. So these ships are designed to really destroy a colony. If they get within range, which is roughly over here, then they will deploy their assault shuttles, which will travel fairly quickly to my planet, and then like probably decimate the entire colony, even if it's a very advanced colony, because they have so many of them. You only need like 4 or 5 assault shuttle carriers to basically wipe out a colony. They've got like, well, how many do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4. They had 7, which is more than enough. Now, I would have, if they had deployed, you know, if my fleet had been waiting for them to attack, I think I have enough point defense that I could have taken out most of their shuttles, but you don't want to, like, why play that game, right? Why risk that? Okay, good. So that was taken care of. And they should be retreating next turn. Yep, they're retreating. And we got our CNC tech. So let's get this support ship here.
Yes,
Relocate
Director. Mission cancelled.
to Cuthbert.
Look lively, folks.
This old
We've
patrol
been
fleet can keep
reassigned.
patrolling here.
Get me that vector. We've
And
got
now-
orders to intercept.
We can fit in our 2 extra ships. So there's our fleet. It's almost ready to go, except that we don't actually have any battle riders. So there's a menu here, the battle rider menu. where all the riders available in that system can be loaded into ships. And any ship that can load battle riders will be listed here. Now, one ship has kind of two compartments. These, they're reserved, basically. Like, you can pack them out. Now, I don't know where they go on the ship, because this ship is barely big enough to hold the 3 battle riders, and you just double click and it puts them in here. So, but apparently each ship has as a reserve can hold 6. Now, physically, I don't know where they go. That's like impossible, but you can do that. So you can bring like triple the amount of battle riders that you need if you're anticipating taking heavy losses. But it's a bit of a waste. But you can. One thing you can do, though, this is useful if you need to ferry them. If you need to produce battle riders throughout your empire, you don't need like the full fleet of cruisers. You can just have a few cruisers ferry them to the front. But we don't need that. So anyway, so I just loaded up, like, here, let's load up 2. So we have 2 cruisers that are loaded up now with battle riders. So we're going to keep making the battle riders, and once we're done, we're going to head to Bronson Alpha. In terms of technology, I think we are very close to sending out our first attack, so we should be sure to grab this upgrade to our
promising field, Director.
to our ballistic weapons in general, because that's what our battle riders are using. So let's try to get that. And in fact, we can reinvest a bit in technology now. So let's do that. Okay, I think we're all set. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Take care.